In this lesson, a short video will be going over basic things such as what are monomers, what are polymers, and what are the two reactions, hydrolysis and condensation reaction. So before we start off with, what do you think makes us all similar to each other? So humans, animals, plant, all living things, what common things do we have? So obviously your first topic is about biological molecules. So biochemically, how are we similar? So we start off with the molecules that we have. So the molecules found within living things are biological molecules, and all of these molecules, they contain elements of carbon, hydrogen, and then you can have oxygen and few other atoms together. They are called organic molecules. So organic molecule, you must have a carbon and a hydrogen, and sometimes you have addition things like nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur. So these are called organic molecules, and all of these living things, they have these molecules, and that's how we are related or similar to each other. So carbohydrates is a very general word. So it refers to like sugars, so glucose, and so glucose is found in many living organisms and is used for respiration and so on. In the same way, we have lipids. Lipids can be found in many living things and is used to provide energy, and it also forms your cell membrane, phospholipid bilayer, and can make some hormones. So this video is just like a general idea. You don't need to memorize every single one of them. Over the months, you'll cover all of these elements in more detail. Proteins, which are found in humans, in animals, these proteins, they are used for many things. So for example, it can form enzymes, it can be used to make chemical messengers, and also to be the main component of many cell structure. Nucleic acid, these are monomers that comes together to form DNA and RNA, and we know the job of that. And also these DNA and RNA, mainly DNA, they are the one that sequence the amino acid for protein. Right, so this is showing you all of these biological molecules which you will go over within the first topic, and hopefully by the end of the course you should have a really good idea, be like a advanced level student in understanding what proteins are, phospholipids are, polysaccharide, DNA or RNA. So, and lastly, to finish off, is the amino acids. Okay, we have 20 different amino acids, and these amino acids are arranged by your sequence of DNA. So let's start off. What are the learning outcome of this lesson? You need to know what monomers are and what polymers are, really. So monomers are, we know that they are smaller units in which larger molecules are made, and polymers are lots of repeating units which are chemically joined together. So this is the correct one. I'm showing you here different types of biological molecule. I'm referring to carbohydrates first. Carbohydrates, so monomers could be like glucose, fructose, galactose, and when these monomers, when they are joined together, the bond between them is called glycosidic bond, and the polymer that's being formed is a polysaccharide. Whenever you hear the word saccharide, it always refers to carbohydrate or sugars. Example will be like glycogen, cellulose, and starch. Proteins, so amino acid is the monomer, individual block, and lots of amino acid joined together, and the bond between them is called peptide bond, and they form a polypeptide, which is a protein. An example of protein could be enzymes, antibodies, and so on. let's talk about nucleic acid. So nucleotides, these are the monomers, and lots of these nucleotides, they are joined together, and that bond between the nucleotide is called phosphodiester bond, and they make a polynucleotide. And example are DNA and RNA. So don't feel overwhelmed. Don't need to make every single note here. It's just a general overview of what you will be studying in the coming weeks. Okay, this part you need to make note. Condensation reaction, very simple. I have two monomers together, and then when they join together, they form a covalent bond between them, and water is expelled out. So that's called condensation. It's the removal of water, elimination of water when joining two molecules together. And hydrolysis, I have two molecules there, and I want to break them up. So I want to add water, and adding water will break them up, and that's called hydrolysis. Have you got this question? Pause the video. So a polymer is made of similar or identical monomers, which are chemically joined together. Cellulose is an example of a polymer, glycogen, or DNA or RNA. All of these can be given. Link A, pause the video. It's going to be condensation reaction. Two monomers join together, and that process is condensation reaction. I guess you can also say for this one as well here. Two monomers join together is a condensation reaction. What is a monomer? Pause the video. Yeah, a monomer is a molecule from which a monomer is a smaller or repeating unit molecule from which a larger molecule polymers are made. So these answers, try to memorize, try to put into your notes as what's a monomer for exam question. A monomer is many words you can say, smaller or repeating unit molecule from which a polymer are made. So one of the key techniques for A-level biology is you don't make your own notes. Obviously you do, but you don't dictate how it's made or what words you put. Many of the definition, the answers, you try to over the 2 years make note from exam questions. See what the mark scheme are. What's the mark scheme answer? Try to be a master of mark scheme answers. So therefore, it's all about using the right word, right term. Books will not give you that. Books will give you a broader understanding, but not the right word, right term, mark scheme. One more question. I'm showing you here a DNA molecule. Is a polymer DNA. What evidence from the diagram shows that DNA is a polymer? Pause the video. One mark. So you have lots of repeating units. Okay. Even if you don't know what they are, you can check. You can see that's one unit. That's another unit, exactly same. So lots of these monomers join together. For DNA, these monomers have a special name. We call them nucleotide. Nucleotide. I have a reaction. Pause the video. Answer is hydrolysis.